What you're about to watch is Mitten getting very personal. She fronted for this, and yeah, we say Mitten and she, her, like as if she's not fronting, but we say that for all of our alters. It just kind of helps us keep track of who's around and who we're talking about and who we're talking to. I get really emotional at some point because Mitten's been my best friend since 2011. And she's gone through a lot of change, but this is the most different change she's ever been through. I hope that literally anything can be gained from this. Enjoy. Hard, really devastating about healing. It's hard to put to words. When we started out, Mitten was completely outside of my body. She came from the world around me. She portrayed herself as a spirit. I could almost see her. I could feel her interacting with me. But now she's so internalized, and that's the goal, right? You're supposed to be more in your body, more grounded, less dissociated, less part of fiction and more part of reality, right? To be able to see the dirt and the bugs and the birds, that was the most important thing. And now she can see them, she can smell them again, she can feel things, but that means it's harder to feel her. There's somehow more amnesia blockers. She can remember things and we can remember things when she's outside of my body talking to me like she's a stuffed animal. But when she's an alter, when she's fronting, when she's existing in the body, things start to fall through the cracks. She fronted at work yesterday and then completely blacked out 2.5 hours of a shift. 2.5 hours. She didn't remember a single bit of it. And if you know anything about our system, we don't black out like that. We thought Mitten was way more integrated than this. We thought, no, she has access to way more memories. She has the most access to any of memories than anyone else in the system, I think. And there's plenty that we have left uncovered, but she knows everything about our current list of what's happened. But yesterday, she didn't remember multiple customers driving off over water. We apparently told them that water costs money if you order them in a certain size, and they got mad and went off on us and drove off. A friend had to tell us this. I don't remember this. I don't know who was fronting. Not Mitten. We were just talking to Mitten, who was outside of the body a minute ago, and she was kind of talking about, like, hey, how do you see me now? You said something about how we're changing and that makes you worried. And I said, it feels like you're me again. She's like, what do you mean? You seem upset about that. And I was like, it's not upsetting, it's sad. I mean, it is, like, I guess upset contains sad, but it's more like, I'm not upset at it. It's melancholy, it's bittersweet, it's warm, but it's empty. Is this really what I was supposed to be growing up? Is this what I missed out on? Is this who I am now? Like, what is she becoming? It's really hard to try to find resources for. No one talks about it. No one talks about how much your alters change as you heal, and how much it can suck, and how much it can be great. I'll walk to the exhibit that I visit all the time, the wildlife exhibit. And the beginning in January, she would walk with me, and now she walks there as me. She'll front, and she'll look around with my head. She'll see things with my eyes. She can smell and she can feel. It took 9 months direct trying to get us to this point. 4 minutes? It feels like it's been longer. It took us from January to September to walk almost every single day, every week, to look at the animals and to be able to look at them herself instead of looking back on the memories or being next to me in my head. Not even in reality. She's not a person. She's not a cat. She's not a real thing. She's my head. She's a figment of my imagination that has my brain cells, my interests, my likes, my feelings. And she's not here. She tried to get up and go get me food a minute ago so that I didn't have to move. She said, wait right here. I'll go make you something real quick. I promise, you don't have to do anything. She kissed my forehead, braced herself to leap off of my shoulder, and then realized she couldn't see anything I wasn't looking at behind me. She didn't know how to picture the room because it wasn't there for her. She wasn't there. She's right here, laying on my bed with a knee brace on, with back pain, unable to move. And it's set in again. And it's hard to verbalize how that feels, but that's why I'm talking to the camera. If I talk about it, then someone will know about it. And maybe another system out there experiences this, you know? Maybe another system has an alter that will leave the body and feel just so devastated that they left again and they can't leave and they were never there and they're here forever. And that's a lot. It's not much I can tell my therapist who isn't trained to handle system stuff. I don't feel like I need much therapy for my system. We just kind of take care of each other. But it's new. It's completely new. And sure, it's probably been around forever. Everyone probably experiences some form of this dysphoria, is that what I should call it? But she wants to leave my body, and she never can. She can never hold me, and I can never hold her. And that's all she's here for, is to hold me so I can hold her. And all I have to show for it is this little gray cat stuffed animal who I've named off of a similar altar. I can hold her. I want to get a smaller gray stuffed animal by the same brand that looks similar to this but is different and draw stripes on it so it can look like Mitten. I've been wanting to do it. Several stuffed animals, and I was gonna do it with this one, but I grew too attached to the image of her. And I've been trying so hard to replicate her and portray her and see her and touch her, and she'll never be, and I'll always be chasing that, but it will never hurt. It'll never be Mitten. She will never be. Unfortunately, she has to be me. I have to be her, and that'll feel better one day, I'm sure. I really hope. She's back in my body, and she's been learning how to adjust to that since January. But yesterday, when we were walking, I was walking as her. She was in my body, and she was talking and she was laughing to the other alters in the system out loud. And after a few moments, my voice stopped. The voice traveled to the inside of my head and then felt like it was behind me. She fell back out of my body and then stopped for a moment and said, "I fell out again. I'm not you anymore." And something about her voice saying that made me realize something I couldn't explain in the moment. And now I'm kind of realizing she doesn't know how to feel. She doesn't know what to do. Should she fight harder to be more in my body? Should she try to keep things the way they were? And of course, change is important. Change sucks and is hard and you need it, but how much are we supposed to try to change? How much are we supposed to just let things happen? How healthy is being separated from the body as she's been since 2011, 2010, whenever the split happened? How much change is change, and how much of it is just disappearing? She doesn't want to disappear. And sure, integration is important, and that probably has happened and will continue to happen to an extent. We don't know what the future holds for Mitten, and that terrifies her. She likes to know the future. She likes to be able to predict and judge and interpret. She loves to learn. But the more we learn and the more we adjust and change and grow, the less her she feels like she is. She wants to leave a legacy, and she knows she'll die one day. She's coming to terms with that. She's happy now. She's at peace finally about it. But something about how we're processing things, how she's, I guess, disappearing from the world before my eyes and into my body, becoming this whole different person. She's mortified, and it feels like an early death. It isn't. It's new life, but now she has to come to terms with this huge change, this sudden, I'm not a small cat climbing around your shoulders as much as I used to be. I never will be like I was in middle school. Now, I'm the guy laying in bed with back pain who identifies as a different gender from the body, and that's okay. She's she and I'm me, and we are he. But inside of the body, she's some other thing. All alters are, but she can't believe that she gets to decide now. That's unfathomable for her. She gets to pick somewhere to go. She gets to be who she wants to be, and no one will ever hear her voice. Voice is gonna be this voice one day, as it has been for years, and she's been using it more and more. This voice, I feel like, will one day become hers. She will identify with this shape, this sound, this look, the smells that we emit from our body, the colors that we wear, my hair and how it changes from blonde to greasy when I haven't showered because I'm in so much pain. She likes change, but it can be horrifying. And right now, our life is science fiction. Wow, that was a lot. I didn't film the intro and the outro at the exact same time. Thank you for watching, my parasocial buddies. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.